Welcome everybody to GSA's Super Mario Bros. Any Tournament first round. This is our second race of the day between Cantaloupeme and devinbrodie25. Sure to be a good race. All right, we've got both of the runners in here for a pre-race interview. Devin, I'll start with you. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. How's it going?
Good. As good as it goes. So you fairly recently have gotten a sub-5 PB. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Been about a week now.
Well, very impressive. Nice job.
Thank you.
Are you going to be going for sub-5 strats in this race or playing it a little safer?
So my goal initially is just going to be going all out small Mario, and we'll see how that does me, and I may have to adjust if that's like a horrific failure.
All right, we've seen it go both ways for runners in previous races.
Sure.
So it'll be fun. Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
And Cantaloupe, so how are you feeling? Ready?
Oh yes, always ready. I love racing, love tournaments, and a lot of them at the moment. So I just like competing, and it should be a fun one. My PB is not sub-5, but it's still competable. So we'll just see what happens.
All right. And so not only do you run this game, but you are one of the top runners for the NES Legend of Zelda. Is that correct?
Yeah, Zelda 1, and I'm in top 10 for Zelda 2 as well. And I've done a lot of work with those. But it's Cosmic sort of got me into doing the tournament Mario stuff, and I've been hooked on it. So I'm in a Worthless plus this tournament at the moment. So, I'd like the Zelda skills do not translate well to Mario, but
They're pretty different games, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a sword, so we'll see what happens.
All right, and I think we are ready to get going. Good luck to both runners. All right. Countdown has started for the runners. Cool. Should be any second now. Sorry about the slight delay here. And they're off. All right. Gonna have to wait a few seconds to sync up the timers. Neither of them going for power-up strats in 1-1, as we've seen a lot of runners do. Devin with a 380 on the timer in the underground. That is the optimal time. And he is going to beat 1-1 as fast as you can beat it without using the flagpole glitch. Cantaloupeme will be about 0.7 seconds behind. And I can be that specific because of the way this game does time at the end of levels. It only checks to see if you've completed a level every 21 frames. So when they're this close, it's easy to tell how far they are apart. Although it looks like maybe he lost a little more time than that. Oh, Devin takes a death. That first jump over the Koopa is actually a lot more precise than it looks. Even top runners mess it up every once in a while. Or even more often than that. Meanwhile, Cantaloupe loses the mushroom he picked up to that first pipe jump, but makes it through and will be entering World 4 with the lead. Now, level 4-1, generally considered the easiest level in the run. Shouldn't see either runner have too much problems with it. Yeah, that lack of 2 at the top is really not an issue if you just hold right and keep going. If you slow down for a bit, oh, Cantaloupe struggling a bit with the stairs, but not too much. Only if you slow down does he become an issue. So Devin finishes 4-1 with a bit of a faster time, but Cantaloupe still solidly in the lead. But as we've seen time and time again, anything can happen in these races. Alright, doesn't look like he's going to go for the wrong warp, Cantaloupe. just going to go for the intended method of getting up to the World 8 warp zone. Struggling a bit with the vine. And you can see exactly how much time that wrong warp saves. Devin with that has taken the lead. By pushing Mario forward on the screen without scrolling the screen itself, you can cause a wrong warp to happen, saving about 6 to 7 seconds. And that was enough for Devin to take the lead. Oh, Cantaloupe dies to the first pipe jump. Devin so far having a very clean 8-1. This is the longest level in the game altogether. Let's see. Hits the next pipe jump. Looking very smooth from him. Cantaloupe taking it a bit slow. Always nice to be safe. Alright, and Devin with a 197 on the timer. The best you can do is a 200, so that was a pretty solid 8-1. Especially a small Mario where one mistake means going back to the start of the level. Okay, good start to 8-2 as Cantaloupe finishes 8-1 as well. Nice jump over the pipe. Oh no! And another death for Devin. He got a tricky pattern with those Paracoopas at the end there. And because this is World 8, there are no checkpoints, and he has to go all the way back to the start of the level, giving Cantaloupe the lead. Alright, and now Devin is down to 1 life, I believe. This means that if he loses 1 more life, he'll game over and have to go to the start of World 8. Cantaloupe tried to go for a cool glitch called the bullet bill glitch at the end there. Only saves 0.7 seconds, but gives you 1,000,000 points in swag, so... Oh! Barely gets by that bullet bill at 8-3. See, the runners do not know what patterns the enemies are going to give them. Some of them are easy to get by, but some of them are extremely hard. Neither having too much trouble so far, and Cantaloupe will enter 8-4 with the lead. And that slowdown at the end by him, and you can see Devin doing it right now, was intentional, so as to not get a 3 in the last digit of his in-game timer, which causes a short animation to play. Alright, this is a close race. Might come down to who can get wall jump. Cantaloupe with an actual frame-perfect jump. Doesn't go for the wall jump anyway. Devin gets the wall jump. He's catching up. This is as close as it gets in 8-4. Or close to as close as it gets. Alright, can Cantaloupe clutch it out? It is his race to lose. Bit of a nervy water section. Same for Devin though, not perfect, but good enough. Will he challenge the Podoboo? He will. He gets under. Makes it through Bowser's Hammers and takes game 1. Wow. That took guts. That is the first time I have seen anyone challenge Bowser's Hammers in a race so far this tournament. It's basically impossible to know what those hammers are going to do. Alright, Devin taking what looks like an intentional death there. He might just be restarting. Looks like it, yeah. So Cantaloupe with the first win in this best of 9. And a very impressive one at that. A 540 is only about... can't remember his exact PB, but that's only about 20 seconds off, which is insane for a race of this category. Very well done. And Devin with a pretty strong showing as well. If you missed it, he was probably about 5 seconds behind, but got killed by the Podoboo in the final screen. Alright, and we're about ready to get started on Game 2. So surprisingly, every match so far in this tournament has been a 5-0 sweep. But based on this first match, I really doubt that'll be the case here. Devin messing up the underground section just a bit as we pause the screen to get it all synced up. Cantaloupe with a stronger 1-1 so far. Hits the top of the flagpole, which is faster. Alright, and we'll go into 1-2 with a second and a half or so. Maybe a little more than that. See, neither runner... Oh! I spoke too soon. Cantaloupe is going to collect a mushroom in 1-2, just as he did in the first round. Gonna take the top route. Probably because he lost his mushroom early in 1-2 last time. Wastes a little bit of time, but is completely safe. So Devin will go into World 4 with a pretty sizable lead, at least for this far into the race. But when he keeps going for the small Mario risky strats, he could either finish potentially with a sub-5 time, or lose all his lives in World 8 just as he did last race. Alright, no issues with World 4, as there really shouldn't be. The only somewhat tricky part is the staircase, but once you've played this game a few times, it gets to be pretty easy. And thankfully, these two have played this game more than a few times, I'd be willing to say. Devin going for the not quite optimal method of getting the wrong warp. Gets it. Very clean. Cantaloupe going for a bit. That vine block is tricky, man. I don't quite understand how it hitbox works. Alright, so due to not taking the wrong warp, Cantaloupe now has behind by a pretty big amount, but it all comes down to how well Devin can perform. He hits those first two pipe jumps like it's nothing. Those are difficult. Alright, there's one more pipe jump coming up for Devin. Right here, nails it, as Cantaloupe unfortunately loses his power up. Okay, over the pit. One last tough jump, nails it. Devin is going to have a 200 on the timer. That is ideal. Very impressive stuff from him. Alright. Cantaloupe with the tricky jump at the end there. Finishes with a 197, barely avoiding the 6 on the timer. Well done from him. But Devin has a pretty big lead at the moment. Even though they're in the same stage. Oh, tricky. That bullet bill was not being nice to him. Oh, he hits a 3 on the timer. That means there's going to be an animation of 3 fireworks playing, wasting about a second and a half. Kind of a shame the developers put that in there to congratulate us for finishing the... They're like, nah. Too slow. Cantaloupe me again thinks about the bullet bill glitch. Doesn't go for it quite. Alright, can Devin get through the Hammer Brothers? He doesn't know what they're going to do. He has to react lightning fast. Oh, that was really close. I didn't think he had it. But he started falling downwards just quick enough. And that's the only way this game checks to see if you've beaten an enemy, is if Mario is traveling downwards as he interacts with it. So Devin is on a great pace right now. Hasn't made any major mistakes aside from a couple slowdowns in 1-1 and 8-2. Meanwhile, Cantaloupe also making it through 8-3 as Small Mario. Very impressive stuff from both runners. Devin hits the wall jump. Barely avoids the fish. Into the water section. His pace is blistering. Gets through, under Bowser, sub 5:10 for Devin. What a great race time. Especially for the small Mario strats. He played nothing safe and it still paid off. And he needed to too, because Cantaloupe was pretty close on his heels. Finishing with a sub 5:30 himself. I believe that's only about 10 seconds off Cantaloupe's PB. He said he races a lot and it shows. Alright, if you're curious why the runners, why Devin right now, or both runners, are going to World 3, that is our cheat prevention method for this tournament. When you beat the game, you can choose which world to go to at the start screen. And then afterwards, and they don't know which world they'll be instructed to go to until after the run. It just proves beyond reasonable doubt that they are performing this in real time. All right, and we're about ready to get going on the third race of this best of 9. This is already the closest matchup of the tournament so far. Two 379s on the timer there. Not quite optimal. But ultimately, in a race setting, that time is going to be lost somewhere anyway. Alright, they might be exactly synced. Oh, looks like Cantaloupe actually got the optimal frame rule despite the 379 on the timer. Not entirely sure on that, but that's what it looked like to me. He's going to once again take the mushroom. We'll see if he takes the top route, avoiding all of the enemies and stuff. Yep. Oh, Devin a little short on that first pipe jump. Up to the warp zone. And into 4-1 with the lead. As last race. Okay, I wasn't sure. I think Cantaloupe got stuck on the block a little bit there. It's always embarrassing when you try and get the coins for swag strats and you accidentally miss and have to slow down a bit. But ultimately, neither runner having too much trouble. As they go into World 4-2. As Summoning Salt put it, Super Mario Bros. 1's most infamous level has been the subject of a lot of study in the speedrunning community over the years. Devin with an interesting method. It's a little bit safer than using the... Oh no. He just barely hits that piranha plant. Let's see. Cantaloupe gets the wrong warp, putting him in a pretty commanding position going into 8-1. Again, it just shows you how punishing this game can be to race, especially if you're going for the small Mario strats. They're faster, sure, but they're so risky. And I think already this race has shown exactly why. Alright, but Devin clearly is a master of this level. He's making it look easy when I assure you it's not, but Cantaloupe can do the pipe jumps too. Alright. Canta with a 198 on the timer. Very good, I think. Oh! Devin gets caught on the pipe, probably pressed jump just a couple frames before landing. We've all done it. And so Cantaloupe maintains his lead into 8-2. Ooh, gets hit. Not going to collect the extra mushroom, just going to play it out Okay. Nice slowdown there to avoid the Koopa. Gets the easy pattern at the stairs. Gets a 6 on the timer. That'll waste 3 seconds. Devin just avoiding the 6 on the timer. You see the fireworks on Cantaloupe's screen. That only happened because of the last digit of his in-game timer. All right, another close race going into the final 2 levels. All right, Cantaloupe makes it through the first set. So does Devin. All right, dealing with the Hammer Brothers nicely. Both of them. The clutch. Oh, just barely kills that last one, does Devin. And they both get through with a 242. Another race where they're both going to be an 8-4 at the same time. This is fantastic. Okay, clears the lava pit in through the intangible piranha plant. Ooh, Devin gets caught a little bit. He'll make up that time, though, if he gets wall jump, because Cantaloupe has not been going for it. And he gets it. He's 3 for 3. Very impressive. But that might not be enough. Cantaloupe is into the water section. Taking it pretty slow and safe. Not a bad idea. Under that last fire bar. We'll see. Does he challenge Bowser's hammers again? Doesn't need to. Goes right under him and takes the third race with a 5:19. And Devin finishes with a very respectable time of 5:25 as well. Only 6 seconds apart. That's insane. I think this race here was by far the closest individual race of the SMB1 tournament so far. Yeah, if Cantaloupe's PB on speedrun.com is accurate, that was a PB for 2 seconds, beating his 5:21. Not sure if it's fully up to date, but either way, a fantastic race for him. All right, we're about to get started on the 4th of this very close series between Cantaloupeme and devinbrodie25. All right, Devin with a 380 on the timer means he did the underground about as well as you can possibly do it, or as well as it matters to do it because of the frame rule system. Cantaloupeme, I believe, got a 379 on the timer, so he'd be a little bit behind going into 1-2. All right, sticking with the same things that's worked for him before. Kanta is getting power up and is going to go up top so as to avoid the tricky jumps. Devin again, short on that first pipe jump. And is once again going to enter 4-1 with the lead. Well played from him. With 4-1, often what runners end up focusing on is not the level itself, but how many coins you can collect. Just because clearing it is easy enough, sometimes you got to give yourself a little extra challenge. All right, Devin going for his somewhat unusual strategy for the wrong work. Let's see. Makes it over the piranha plant this time, in with a 374 on the time. Well done. Let's see, does Cantaloupe have enough pixels? He does. Both of them get the wrong warp to work. Devin, a little bit of a struggle with the warp zone itself, but making it through, still in the lead. Can he pull off another clutch 8-1? Ooh, misses the first pipe jump. Misses the second pipe jump. Whereas Cantaloupe hit the first and skipped the second. Alright. Hitting the third pipe jump, that's the one that matters. If you miss that one, you die. Alright, tough jump at the end, he's got it. And in with a 193, he's going to get 3 on 3 fireworks once again. While Cantaloupe finishes with a 199 despite taking a hit on, I believe, the third pipe jump. Alright, both not having any trouble with the stairs. Stairs there aren't quite as hard as they look. Oh! And Devin dies to the jump over the tall pipe. That's rough. That's a tricky jump. One of the only times where the game forces you to press left. So Cantaloupe takes the lead going into A2, again goes for bullet bill glitch, again doesn't quite get it. Alright, Devin looking to finish 8-2 strong. Alright, Cantaloupe dealing with the first set of Hammer Bros. Gets an easy pattern on the second set. Can he make it through the final 4? Yes, I don't believe either runner has died once to the Hammer Bros in 8-3, or even died in 8-3 at all. That is very impressive. Because they, as I've said before, they have no idea what they're going to do. On PB or world record pace, most runners will know the patterns, but in a race setting, it's all out the window. Meanwhile, Cantaloupe has a strong start to 8-4. We'll see if he goes for wall jump this time. Oh! No! He missed the lip of the pipe there and fell right into the lava, giving Devin the lead. Okay. Devin is into the pipe. Let's see if he can hit his 4th wall jump in a row. Of course. Cantaloupe is right back where he was. Doesn't die there this time. Gets up into the... Oh, not quite, not quite. Struggling, doesn't die, into the pipe. But Devin is already in the water section. Can he finish and tie this matchup at 2-2? Challenging the Potaboo. Challenging Bowser. He didn't need to. He dies to the hammers. Devin. Cantaloupe is not going to challenge Bowser and takes this 4th game, giving himself a 3-1 lead. 5 for 5 on wall jumps for Devin, though. He's got that trick down. This is a very impressive showing from Cantaloupe Me. Based just on their PBs, Devin would be a pretty big favorite. But Cantaloupe has showed why he is such a strong speedrunner across multiple games. And Devin getting through the hammers that time, finishing with probably a 6:22 or so. A respectable time for a race, but not good enough in this case. Cantaloupe going to World 8 for the cheat prevention method, wondering why he was sent back here again. So Canta is at a 3-1 lead. as we get started on the 5th race of this matchup. He needs to win 2 more races to move on to the next round. All right, and they're off once again. Cantaloupe with a 380 on the timer this time, and Devin with 379. I feel like they've switched it up each race. Canta will probably have a 21 frame lead going into 1-2. The winner of this race will face off against the 4th seed Takade in the 2nd round. Both runners, even though Takade is a very talented any percent runner who has a low 457 currently going for 456, both runners have already shown so far this race that they have the potential to beat anyone. Okay. Same strats in 1-2 as they've been going for. Cantaloupe getting stuck on the block at the start of 4-1 again. It's unfortunate. We'll give Devin a slightly faster 4-1, extending his lead by just a little bit. As they once again go into the infamous 4-2. Devin using that same method in there with a 374 just like last race. Very well done. Cantaloupe being very careful as to not go too far. If it goes too far, the wrong won't work, and he would have to game over and start back at level 4-1. Thankfully, that is not an issue. Devin again getting back to his 8-1 form. Hitting the star block. That's actually important. You wouldn't guess just by looking at it. Nailing the 3rd pipe jump again. This man can't be stopped, at least on this level. Cantaloupe again getting hit on that 3rd pipe jump. I'm getting deja vu here. But Devin finishing with another 200 on the timer. I believe that's either his 2nd or his 3rd of the race, which as Small Mario is very impressive. With Fire Mario, getting 200 on that level is trivial. But with Small Mario, it is not easy. Okay, neither runner struggling with 8-2. Devin does take that jump a little bit slow. It is what killed him last round. And finishing, avoiding the 6 on the timer. Okay. No bullet bill this time for Cantaloupe to try the glitch. Maybe one day he'll get it. Alright, an 8-3 once again. Neither runner has had trouble with this level so far, which is insane. To get through these Hammer Bros consistently without knowing their path is highly difficult. Devin just gets under that hammer. Oh! Commentator's curse, of course. He gets a very tough pattern, and so does Cantaloupe. So they're even here, both taking a death on 8-3. Oh, and Cantaloupe taking another to the bullet bill at the start. That one's very tricky. Okay, and Devin making it through this. Pausing a bit to avoid the 3 on the timer. And he's into 8-4. while Cantaloupe has taken 2 deaths on 8-3. Okay, nice kill. And Cantaloupe is through as well. But it's all up to Devin now. Will he challenge Bowser's hammers again after this race? We'll see. Oh! He doesn't get the chance to. Dying to the Buzzy Beetle in the wall jump room. And Kanta again having the lead despite his 2 deaths in 8-3. But again, does the same thing, missing the lip of the pipe. And Devin is in the lead once again. Nailing the wall jump, which I believe he's now 6 for 6, as Cantaloupe gets a game over. That's unfortunate. And it seems like he's stopped his timer. Oh, I wonder if he doesn't know about the continue code, or maybe just... This is an odd situation. Because Devin challenges the hammers and pays the price again with the game over. What? Guys! The race isn't over! You can start... Okay. Neither runner immediately remembered about the continue code. This was their first... these were their first game overs. Okay, both of them have been reminded that you can keep going from the world that you left off on. A lot of people don't know that. If you press A plus start after game overing, you start at the first level of the world you game overed in. It appears that neither runner, because that's not something you'd use in any percent, you've been playing the game for too long, neither runner remembered immediately and thought they just had to reset the race. Oh, but Devin missing the pipe jump that he'd been so good at so far. Okay, so we are not going to have an accurate time for this race here because Devin restarted his timer despite this still being the same race. And Cantaloupe never set his and never... But I think we'll just eyeball it. If it ends up being close in 8-4 again, it shouldn't be clear. Can he get the bullet bill glitch? No, not quite. Okay, Devin, I believe, game overed again in 8-1 and loses another life right there. He's really struggling with this level after being so good at it to start. Okay. Gets the first pipe jump, second pipe jump, and Cantaloupe takes a very unlucky death there. Now they're starting to get the bad patterns in 8-3. It's really rare for the Hammer Brother from the bottom there to jump up and kill you, but it's exactly what just happened to Kanta. Alright, getting a bit of an easier pattern this go. 2 more to get through, and he's on to 8-4. Meanwhile, Devin finally does get through 8-1 and with a 200. Okay. And Cantaloupe has 2 lives to clear 8-4 and finish this race, taking a commanding 4-1 lead. Alright. He avoids the mistake he's been making with that pit there. Onto the turnaround rune as Devin clears on 8-2. If he makes a mistake, Devin is on his tail. Okay, and he's through the water section. Will he challenge the Potaboo and or Bowser? He waits, and he finishes. Alright, so, we don't have a final time for you guys, but Cantaloupe does clearly take a 4-1 lead. Interesting. Devin looks like he's going to finish out this race, at least for the moment. He is a wall jump pro. Can he do it again? Yep. If I've been counting correctly, he is now 7 for 7 on the wall jump there. A lot easier said than done. Oh, but he's going to reset. So Cantaloupeme is now on match point in this very close, very tight race between him and devinbrodie. All right, and we're about to get started once again on what could be the final race. However, it really shows how quickly things can change. If Devin had been patient and waited on Bowser to give him the pattern to jump under him, which is basically free if you have the time to wait, he would actually be leading this 3-2. And Devin with the 380 this time. Neither of them can get it at the same time. And he will be entering 1-2 with just a bit of a lead, most likely. Cantaloupe going for his tried and true mushroom method, going up top. Meanwhile, Devin dying to the first piranha plant. Oh no. It's a tricky jump, not a big window to hit that, especially under the pressure of a race situation. Getting a bit of... Alright, we're good. Cantaloupe is through 4-1, doesn't get caught on the block this time. As Devin makes it through to 4-1. All right. Neither runner having issues with this level. As Cantaloupe goes on to 4-2. See if he goes for that same method of the wrong warp he's doing. Yep. Going under that wall and zipping forward a bit to get those pixels to push Mario's sprite further on the screen, which, for some reason, allows him to go to this warp zone. Devin with another clean. Oh, getting caught on the vine block just a bit. But he also gets the wrong warp to work. Can Cantaloupe produce another solid 8-1? Nails the first pipe jump. Who could have doubted him? Skips the second pipe jump, which means he has to slow down a bit right there. But Devin taking a death to the first pipe jump. Cantaloupe nailing the... Okay, and that was probably an intentional death from Devin there to get full 3 lives to work with. A quick continue code there. But Cantaloupe is through with a 199 on the timer, although he did take a hit. Apologize, I missed exactly where he got hit. But that does potentially... Oh! And Devin with a death to the Goombas there. I'm not sure if he was going for the frame-perfect jump to get over Seems like a little bit too risky of a strat to go for in case it were me, at least. Okay, Kanta making it through the tricky part of 8-2. Oh, gets a tough pattern, but goes through. 3:35 on the timer, avoiding the 6 at the end. Can Devin clear? Nice. Gets that third pipe jump and dies to the Goomba. I don't know if nerves are getting to him or what, but he's making odd mistakes here. Takes another intentional death to refresh his life count. But Cantaloupe is blazing ahead. Can he get through the Hammer Bros once again? No! Got a tricky Hammer Bro pattern there and has to restart the whole level even though he was almost done. But Devin is still stuck on 8-1. Can Cantaloupe finish it out? Gets through the Hammer Bros. He will move on to 8-4 with a chance to finish off the series and move on to round 2. But as we've seen multiple times in this race already, it ain't over till it's over. Gets through. He's messed up this room a few times already. Gonna play it safe. Not gonna go for the wall jump as Devin takes a death in 8-2. Looking more and more likely that Cantaloupe will finish this off. Taking the water section safe as well. Will he challenge the Potabu? Oh, and Devin with another death in 8-2. And I assume he'll wait for Bowser. No! Whoa! Cantaloupe, you were there! Dang. SMB1's wonky hitbox is striking again. Bowser's hitbox extending into the black space in front of him a bit there. Now careful, I believe Kanta is only on 1 life. If he dies now, everything changes. Oh! Just gets through the fish. I thought for sure that it got him. Making it as close as possible as Devin is into 8-3, clearing the first set of Hammer Bros. But Cantaloupe is into the water section. Can he deal with Bowser this time? Yes, he can, and he will be moving on to the next round with a 5-1 victory over devinbrodie25. What a set of races. All right, Devin, probably looking to finish up this race. Very respectable showing from him. He had some bad luck with the hammers. Had the RNG gone a little bit differently, he could have easily taken this race as well. Oh, unfortunately, missing the wall jump, missing his perfect record. And since that is a game over, he will likely reset. Yeah, and that is all she wrote. What a race. That is definitely the closest race of the tournament so far. We've got Cantaloupe Me in the call for an interview right now. How are you feeling?
Shocked. Wasn't expecting to win any of those.
You played really well, man. Is the PB on speedrun.com accurate?
And I have a 5:12. I don't know if it's been updated.
Okay. No, not quite yet on the website.
Mm-hmm.
But even if your PB is a 5:12 and you got a 5:19 in a race, that is very impressive. Well done.
Well, thank you. I just, I went with my backup race strats on things. I practiced Small Mario earlier, but it wasn't going well in practice. So I was like, I'm just going to do Big Mario and just go for whatever. And apparently it was working.
All right, and Devin, what about you? You had some rough luck on Bowser's hammers. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it was rough, but honestly, I had a blast the whole way through until right at the very end when you told us what the score was. Because I was kind of like fine, not knowing what it was, and I was just going, and I was like, okay, just keep it going. And then when I was like, oh man, nerves. Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did all.
No. You're cool. I'm just messing around. GG's, man. That was a good race. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I believe the second race was you two were 6 seconds apart, or maybe the third race. I can't remember. Definitely the closest one we've had so far.
And then
really
we
showing
both,
how exciting this category can be.
and then we both had game overs and didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Did you guys just forget about the continue code, or?
No, so when I gamed over, I just kept on going, and then I saw Cantaloupe started writing like, "Hey, I game over," and I was like, what do I do?" So like I paused, and then I'm like, "I game over too," and then I just kept going, and then you guys wrote in the Discord like, and I'm like, "What do you mean? Is it keep going or not?" And I just, I think I gamed over again like right then. Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, I decided I might as well just keep a trucking too, since because for some reason in my head I was thinking game over meant it was done, and that's why I just chilled and waited. And when you said you too, I was like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was especially difficult because both of you restarted your timers. Kind of like, but.
Yeah,
it worked out.
I saw that too. I was like, "Oh no, timer! Whatever, keep going."
Yeah.
And so, cantaloupeme, you'll be moving on to round 2 to face Takade. How do you feel about that matchup?
I'm just going to take every match and just go with the flow, and just keep playing the game. Hopefully, get a little better each time. And I mean, one death can cost so much time in this game, and then you can you can get on what I like to call like A3 scenario. You get hit by a hammer brother, you die immediately by a bullet bill in A3, and it's momentum based. One thing can go wrong, just totally derail the whole run. And here I am making hand signals as I talk, and you guys can't see, but it's just I talk with my hands. But yes, it's just one of those things, man. It's Mario it's a great race game, but it's difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And this race showed that better than anything else. All right. I think we're gonna move on. Thanks to both of you for playing. GG. I'm sure we'll see you. We'll see you next tournament, Devin, and Cantaloupe. We'll see you next round.
Sounds groovy. GG, Devin. It was fun playing, man. This is your first tournament. How do you feel now?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. Never done one of these before. I'm brand new to speedrunning, but yeah, it was great. GG's, congratulations, Cantaloupe. I really did like having the race. Thanks to everybody for having me here out on this. It was good. I'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right, take it easy.
And thanks to all the viewers for tuning in. GSA is not done for the day, though, even though this race is. We have the Super Mario Odyssey bronze match for the World's Peace Tournament at 8:30 p.m. Eastern in about 35 minutes, it looks like. It'll be Oddme versus Real. I'm not sure how to say his full tag, but both very talented runners. Sure to be a great race, best of 3, as well as some more Odyssey after that with the Triple Bingo Tournament. And that's all there is. Thanks to both of the runners for playing, and we'll see you next time.